The question related to the conservation of momentum. So the question related to the conservation of the momentum. According to conservation of the momentum before should be equals to momentum after. So, for example, an explosion caused a stationary object of mass 3 kilogram to split into two pieces. And the smaller piece has a mass of 0.9 kg, moves off with a velocity of 25. What is the velocity of a large piece? Example, we consider this object when it explodes, all the fragments move in the same direction. Our assumption only. Practically, it won't happen because when it explodes, if one of the fragment is moving towards right, the other should move towards left. But what if we consider both after the explosion, both are moving in the same direction? So according to conservation of momentum, the momentum before should be equals to momentum after. So what is the momentum before? The mass is 3 and the speed is 0. So the momentum before is 0. What is the momentum after? This will be 2.1 V and this is 0.9 into 25. So momentum after is 2.1 V plus 25 into 0.9. And according to conservation of the momentum before, the sum of the momentum before should be equals to sum of momentum after. So before is 0 and we took 2.1 V plus 25 into 0.9. When we simplify this will go other side, like 25 into 0.9 divided by 2.1. So when we simplify this, the final answer will be negative 10.7 meter per second. So what does it mean, negative 10.7 meter per second? It means that actually the fragment, if one of the fragment move towards the right, our answer is negative. So means it will not move towards right, it will move towards left to conserve the momentum. Is it clear? This example? So even, for example, you consider a wrong direction. If you consider a wrong direction and after solving, you get an opposite negative answer, it means you just have to change the direction. Or if you took a direction and you get a positive answer, it means that you don't have to change the direction. Is it clear, this one? Any doubt in this? Same way, example, a body of mass 1 kilogram moving with a speed of 2 meters per second and it collide head on with a body of mass 2 kilogram moving with a speed of 3 meters per second. And the two bodies stick together and move off with a velocity v. An example you consider after the collision, like this is the before collision, this after collision, you consider after the collision it moved towards right. If you get the positive answer, it means your direction is correct. But if you get a negative answer, it means your direction is opposite. It should be opposite. So what is the momentum here? 1 multiplied by 2, so it will be 2 kilogram meter per second. What is the momentum here? 3 multiplied by 2, 6 kilogram meter per second. But because if the right hand side direction is positive, so the left hand direction is. So what is the total momentum before? The total momentum before is negative 4 here. By mistake, I wrote minus 5, but it's minus 4 here. What is the total momentum after? The mass is 3 and the velocity is v. So we can say that minus 4 momentum before is equals to momentum after. So minus 4 divided by this is actually minus 4. So minus 4 divided by 3. So it will be 1.33 meters per second. But you can see we get a negative answer. So if we get a negative answer, what does it mean? If we get a negative answer, it means the direction which we assume is not correct. Actually, what happened after the collision, this object moved towards left-hand side. Is it clear? This one? This example, any doubts? So even you consider a wrong direction, but it does not make difference. If the final answer is positive, it means your direction is correct. If final answer is negative, means your direction is incorrect. In the question, a 50-gram shell is fired from a gun of mass 12. Initial velocity of the shell is 220 meter per second as a direction shown. Find the recoil velocity of the gun at what speed it will recoil. So what is the momentum before? The momentum before is 0, so the momentum after should also be 0. If we consider the gun also move, and it is already mentioned it is recoil, so it means it will be in opposite direction. But what example we consider the gun also move in the same direction. So momentum before should be equals to momentum after. Momentum before is 0 and momentum after is the mass of the gun is 50 gram, which is 0.05 kg into 200, and the mass of the gun is 12 and the speed is v. So when we simplify, we get a negative minus 9.2, which means actually we consider the gun move towards right, but what actually happened? The gun will move backward. If you want to take from the beginning, you want to take the same correct direction. So what you have to do, then you have to write a negative v here. Okay, like what will the final momentum? It will be 0.05 times 220 plus 12 times negative v, means it will be minus 12 v. Why? Because if we consider the gun move backwards, so from the beginning we have to take negative v. That's why just take in the same direction, and if you get a negative answer, it means it is moving in opposite direction. So consider two objects moving towards each other in figure 3.0 and they stick together. So if we take the positive direction as a right hand side, so 3.8 into 2, that's the momentum of this object A, and momentum of object B 4 into 3, we take a negative. And after the collision, we consider they move towards the right. This is our consideration. They might move toward left, but we consider both of them stick together and move toward the right hand side. So momentum before will be equal to momentum after. When we simplify, we get a negative answer. So if we got a negative answer, so in practical, what happened? These two objects after the collision does not move towards the right, they move towards left hand side. That's the only thing. Is it clear, the concept of the momentum and conservation?